Hello all and welcome back to another YouTube video. So, as I promised last week, I said I'm going to do a first drive video on this car, but I have mentioned I've already done 2,500 miles, nearly 3,000 miles now, to be honest with you guys. But I will try to replicate what I felt when I first drove the car, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's drive our brand new BMW. Yes, as I was saying, we're gonna attempt to film a first drive video. For those of you who watched my initial video, well, the first video I done on this car, you would know that of course it's not exactly the first drive because I've already done nearly 3,000 miles now on this car. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna try and reflect, share my initial impressions, you know, I experienced on this car. So yeah, here it goes. So we picked this car up about what, 6, 7, I want to say 7 to 8 weeks ago now, from BMW Williams in Bolton. We picked this car up, of course it was a brand spanker. I think it had only about 8 or 10 miles on the clock only, so of course it was absolutely box fresh. Now, initial thoughts, impressions on this car was that we were so glad that we got the M Sport. Now, of course, those of you who have been subscribed to me from the beginning, I started off my YouTube channel with a M135i. Now, of course, that car is on the opposite end of the spectrum in comparison to this. Not that this is of course terrible, it's still very capable, but that was the top of the range, the M135i. But yes, the reason why I do mention that, of course, this car, it is the M Sport. Now, the reason why that is still important is because it still does somehow manage to have that very solid planted feel that the M135i had, which is amazing considering this is just the basic 118i, the most basic engine, but it is the M Sport, which does make all the difference. Of course, this car is a lot stiffer on the roads, so when you do go over a pothole, a speed breaker, it does feel like you are getting whiplash. It is quite aggressive, I want to say, but of course you do have to factor in, you've got the 18-inch alloys, you've got a slimmer profile tire on it, you've got the stiffer suspension, but all that does contribute to how well and how planted the car feels. Now, a very brief example of this is when we were just going to the shopping mall. I have an Audi A3 1-litre turbo. That is the box standard. It's not really a fair comparison because that's just the SE, it's not the S-line, but there's a slip that we have to go on to join the motorway, and in this car it took it so beautifully. It just felt planted all the way, and yeah, it gave you that vast sense of security. Yeah, really I'm a big fan in the way it drives, and especially the fact that I've come out of a M135i and I still enjoy the ride of this. It is a massive hats off to BMW for being able to carry that kind of feeling, that kind of experience from the M135i to their basic 118i. So yeah, well done to BMW for that. What I do want to discuss now is the MPG side of things, the fuel economy. Now, the whole point of us getting this car more efficient. Now, of course, we did have in mind that this car would be absolutely fantastic on fuel. I don't know why we assumed that, but we did. And probably the worst thing that we did is to assume things, and they turn out not to be true. So in terms of fuel economy, it isn't great, to be honest. To be very honest, it isn't that good. We've obviously, this car gets driven around town, gets driven on the motorways, gets driven everywhere really, and on an average, I want to say this car averages around the 36 to 39 mpg mark. roughly speaking. That's what we have been achieving from this. Achieving or getting, I don't know if it's an achievement, but that's what we have been getting, which isn't great, of course. The reason why I'm not too pleased with it personally is because with the Audi that I have got, the A3, the 1 litre turbo and that, I actually average around 55 miles per gallon in that car. I don't know what Audi have done with that. They have really created a masterpiece engine there, but that's how good the fuel economy is in that particular vehicle. So I don't know why in my head I thought, yeah, this car would be not exactly the same, but as good or near enough the same figures. Of course, it is quite some distance away in the figures, but it is what it is. It's definitely better than the S500 and the CL500 that we had, and we used to daily them around. So taking that into consideration, this is definitely a whole lot better on fuel. So yeah, you're looking around the late 30s mark for MPG. A full tank on this, you're looking at around £55 to fill this up, and you should be achieving in the region of 300 to 350 miles from a full tank. What I do want to discuss, which I think is very, very important actually, is the build quality. The build quality is something that is very, very, very important to me, and I'm sure to other people who are going to be parting with nearly 30 to 40,000 pounds of their hard-earned money on a small German vehicle. So I think personally BMW do a very good job of it still. Now, taking into consideration all of these little cost cutting these big manufacturers are doing nowadays, BMW still do a very good job in keeping their interiors at a high quality, and that's a fact. That is 100% a fact. Everywhere that you need to touch in this car, where most people touch anyway, everything is at a high standard. There isn't too many grubby plastic bits around, which is reassuring, definitely. So yeah, that is one factor, not one, but one of the main factors that I do like about this BMW, that it still does have a good quality interior. Now, of course, I do have to talk about power. Even though this is not exactly a fast car, it's something that is very important to me still. Of course, power is, for every car fan, everyone who likes cars, power is always an important factor. Now, of course, like I said, this is a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine block. It does achieve 136 PS, 134 brake horsepower. Now, for what it is very capable, I want to say. It achieves, apparently on the figures, 8.7 seconds. It says 8.6 to 8.7 seconds, 0 to 60, which is of course fine for what it is. In the real world, when you're driving, it does feel more faster than that. But yeah, so the power, I don't want to be too harsh on it. I don't want to say it's slow. It is reasonable for the engine they have provided in this. And the gearbox in this car, you put this gearbox in sport mode, it will give you the same gear change experience you experience in an M135i. I can say that very confidently because, of course, those of you who have been on my channel, like I said before, I've had an M135i, and if you put this car in sport mode, you flick the gearbox over to the left hand side, it does really give you that same enhanced gear change. It really does achieve that. And of course, it doesn't have the power behind it, but it does improve the overall experience, definitely, I say. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short but initial impression review on our brand new BMW. So guys, like always, please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you have a very lovely Sunday. Well, what's left of it anyway. I'm not sure when this video is gonna get uploaded, but I hope you do have a lovely rest of your day. Okay guys, take care, see ya, bye bye.